Okay. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutrabhasakritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha ईश्वररात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय चिदच्चिन्मूर्तये नमः। ॐ गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। Today and now we are going to study the fifth Mahavidya, Tripura Bhairavi. So, out of 10 Mahavidyas, we are going to study today the fifth Mahavidya. Pancha Mahavidya. Out of 10, out of 10 Mahavidya. So, Tripura Bhairavi. So, Tripura Bhairavi, the fifth Mahavidya, represents the Kriya Shakti or the functional power of God and is related to tapas or austerity. The word tapas is derived from the Sanskrit root tapa, to burn, and denotes to action or the function meant for transferring the particular state. Tapaha also austerity. Tapa also austerity. So Tripura Bhairavi reaping the Kriya Shakti or functional power of God as related tapas or the austerity. So Tripura Bhairavi sadhana, it seems as a strong and hard spiritual practice in as per the Tantra Vidya. It is written in the Upanishad, when you study Vedanta, that austerity was practiced by the Supreme before creation took place. So, tapo, tapyata, the first creation of the Supreme was Hiranyagarbha, the universe, through this austerity. That when you say Hiranyagarbha, so you have to study proper Vedanta. So Hiranyagarbha, the first creation of the Supreme was called Hiranyagarbha, the universe, through this austerity. It is through austerity that Purusha means supreme consciousness, the individual soul is born of that, the inverse of Hiranyagarbha. Again, to clear, the first creation of Supreme was Hiranyagarbha, the inverse, through this austerity. It is through austerity that Purusha, the supreme consciousness, the individual soul, is born of that Purusha. Is born the inverse of Hiranyagarbha. The birth of a Purusha means the birth of living, sentient beings. So, what is the nature of this austerity? Is important, I repeat again, so you understand clearly. It is written in the Upanishad. Upanishad means Vedanta, that austerity was practiced by the Supreme before creation took place. Sa tapo tapyata. The first creation of Supreme was Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha itself, the Supreme Consciousness, the inverse, through this austerity. So this austerity giving the birth of the Hiranyagarbha. It is through austerity that Purusha, the individual soul, is born of the inverse of the Hiranyagarbha. So you can say that, so Hiranyagarbha itself the Purusha, itself the Supreme Consciousness. So what is the nature of austerity? When the self-consciousness of the Supreme is concentrate at one point and takes the form of a Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti means power of action. Kriya means action. Shakti means power. Then that becomes the form of austerity. There are two important aspects here. The first aspect is the concentration of the Supreme's awareness of itself as one point. The concentration then becomes a state of one-pointedness. Second, when this awareness becomes one-pointedness, there is an experience of Kriya Shakti. So, the second point is when there are two important aspects here. The first aspect is the concentration of the Supreme Awareness itself at one point. This concentration becomes a state of one-pointedness. Second, when this awareness becomes one-pointedness, there is an experience of Kriya Shakti. This demonstrates that Kriya Shakti can be achieved through one-pointedness, and being a consequence of one-pointedness is called synonymous with tapas. So see, when a person do tapasya, austerity, a person develop a state of the consciousness one-pointedness. That one-pointedness known as Kriya Shakti, the power of actions. Power of action. So that one can experience, that one can attain or achieve through the tapasya. So it means anyone doing sadhana for Tripura Bhairavi, the goddess Tripura Bhairavi, Tripura means three lokas that you have been studying. The gross consciousness, subtle consciousness or astral, then the causal consciousness, Bhuloka, Bhuvaloka and Swaloka. So three consciousness. Or the awakening consciousness, dreaming and deep sleep. So that is called Tripura Sundari. Tripura Bhairavi. Before we study Tripura Sundari. So Tripura Sundari, Tripura Bhairavi sadhana, if anyone formed, so one can enter into Kriya Shakti. That means one can develop enough concentration of the mind so that a person can also experience Atmagyan. Anyway, all aspect of the tantric science, end of the day, is leading in order to experience Atmajnana, the wisdom of soul. It's ultimate. Names, there is no difference between the concept of fire and tapas. Fire has the capacity to burn, to change, or transformed, like I do Panchagni sadhana. This Panchagni sadhana, also called tapas, austerity, is helping the aspirant, the sadhaka, how to burn the karma, to change and transform. Of what? To change what? To change and transform. To change our thoughts of the mind. Transformations from lower to higher consciousness. And also burn the karmas. Which karma is part of sufferings, obstacles. Generally when you do tapasya, special panchagni, so naturally a person can control kama, krodha, lobha, moha, and madhya. Kama means, see, we have so many desires. The desires can be transformed. Kama, krodha, anger. Kama, krodha, lobha. Lobha means greediness. Moha, attachment. Madhya. Everything belongs to me. So in sadhaka, perform panchagni, the five fire. So naturally, a person overmaster the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha and Madhya, naturally. Fire is also called Chidagni. Chidagni, the fire that burns within the consciousness in the form of a Kriya Sakti. It's a power of actions. It's helping you how to purify your bad karmas. It means you may channel all obstacles to higher channels or transformed. It is burning within each and every living being. Agni Shakti, the power of fire, is known as Tripura Bhairavi. You see? So fire itself is called Tripura Bhairavi. So here, in Tripura Bhairavi sadhana, the fire itself called Bhairavi, which is Kali. So we say fire is the form of Kali, just the whole obstacles. So it's burnt the all kind of impurities. Another of her name is called Durga, the goddess who came into being out of the combined splendor of effulgence of all the devas. The form of that effulgence is seen as fire. Thus, Durga is said to be possessed to form of fire. You see, Mother Durga, she was born out of fire. So, Tripura, Bhairavi, itself the fire. Mother Durga born out of fire. Born. So you can say, so fire itself, Tripura, Bhairavi, is the mother of Mother Durga. The form of that effulgence is the same as fire. Thus, Durga is said to possesses the form of fire. It implies that her body is similar to fire. It is blazed with flames emanating from it. Durga is also known as Tapasya Jwalanti, means she is burning with the effulgence of Tapasya. Yet another name given to Durga is called Bairochani, the force of light. She is not different from the Tripura Bhairavi. So Tripura Bhairavi represents as fire, and Mother Durga born out of fire by the prayers of the 33 million god and goddess as per epics, as per the mythology. So Mother Durga, she was born by the prayers of 33 million god and goddess. And the 33 million god and goddess, they all are suffering by the demons. So they pray to Divine Mother. And that is how Mother Durga was born out of fire. And she destroyed the Mahishasura, the demon who making all problems on the planets. Not only God and goddess, they were sufferings, but this demon also creating a lot of problems, like cruel to others in this planet. So therefore, Tripura Bhairavi is the form of Mother Durga. If anyone doing sadhana, tantric sadhana, Tripura Bhairavi sadhana or Mother Durga sadhana, both are equal. I mean, there is different format. Tripura Bhairavi is not 10 hand, but you see that fire is the personification of Tripura Bhairavi itself. So I just giving some stories behind Mother Durga. Of course, when you study about Mother Durga, you have to study Satchandi, Chandi Puja. So you have to do special, we do celebrate every year, 9 days in India. Mother Durga festivals, Navaratri, 9 nights. Kundalini Shakti in yoga, Tripura Bhairavi is known as Kundalini Shakti. You see, Tripura Bhairavi itself called Kundalini Shakti, Kundalini power. Her two forms and described as called Sushupta Rupa, a sleeping dormant form, and Jagrita Rupa, a working form. The sleeping dormant Kundalini is a quite inactive energy, the calmness arising from the one-pointed state of penance or austerity. When aroused, she becomes the agitated stimulated or awakened Shakti of a penance, known as dynamic energy or the dynamic active concept of austerity. Her tranquility, stagnation, and sleep are due to her ekatattva dharana, concentration on a single element. The earth element, the Muladhara chakra, it is state of complete one-pointedness. Kundalini Shakti is the so thoroughly one-pointed that is difficult to break or disturb that concentration. When her concentration is broken, however, she raises her head and begins with rise with a hissing sound. That is called awakening of the Kundalini. So, of course, you have been studying Kundalini Tantra, Kundalini Science, Kundalini Shakti as well. So here, the Tripura Bhairavi sadhana, if anyone performed, the result is one can awakening Kundalini Shakti. The Tripura Sundari, Tripura Bhairavi sadhana, I always say Tripura Sundari, it's called Tripura Bhairavi, it's a different form of the mother. The Tripura Bhairavi is more aggressive form, right? Is the austerity form. And see the personification of Kundalini Shakti. So the Lalita Sahasranama mentioned that Tripura Bhairavi is also known as the Trilokana Tantra Deepika, one who shines within a triangle. You see, Lalita Sahasranama also mentioned in Tripura Sundari as well, not only Tripura Bhairavi. So you know that each god each goddess in the 10 Mahavidyas is correlated. But anyhow, that is always is different form of the mother of the Supreme Consciousness. I have to be clear for you that. Like for example, as you are lady, how many forms you have? You have so many forms. Your mother, your sister, your beloved, your student, your disciple, businesswoman, whatever. You see, you can play many roles, right? Similarly, so the mother, the divine mother, she play different roles. And as I already told you, every form of mother has its own significance. Mother perform different roles. This refers to the triangle and Muladhara chakra, where she resides in the form of light. You can see the Muladhara chakra as a form of triangle. Another name mentioned in the Lalita Sahasranama is Chidagni Kunda Shambhota, one who is born of Agni Kunda, the fire pit of consciousness. It is yet another name symbolizing the presence of Devi is Muladhara. It's a Tripura Bhairavi, also represents at the Muladhara chakra, that you know. It's a Kundalini Shakti. The Tripura Bhairavi residing in Muladhara chakra as a form of a potential energy, as a form of dormant energy. But when you are one-pointedness, then only Kundalini awakening takes place. It means Tripura Bhairavi is awakened. It means you will have the blessings. And once awakening Kundalini, you know that. It means expanse of the consciousness, expanse of the energy. Kriya Sakti, power of actions, then starts. The Kundalini energy is said to be dormant and sleep. However, it is actually in a state of complete concentration. Fully control is one element. The center or the concentrate state of a energy nevertheless produce the experience of a dissipation or deflection in the tattvas and in a different state of consciousness. The state of dissipation is not to be understood as the unstable state of mind experienced by a sadhaka or aspirant in life. But you must know that if you are going to understand what is Kundalini power, Kundalini Shakti, you must be developed the absolute concentration of the mind, dharana. If your mind has so much distracted, your mind have the, for example, moving here and there, like a monkey mind. So not possible to experience Kundalini Shakti. So in case they're awakening Kundalini, if you want to experience, also you need concentration in the mind due to good karma or the past life. It happens in a life, you're awakening Kundalini, but then again you lose this Kundalini Shakti due to Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha and Madhya, due to our personal desires, Kama, then you lost. Krodha, the anger. Anger is the root of the expectation of the desires. Anger comes. When you not fulfill your desires, naturally you are angry. Sometimes in our material world, we want something, is not happening, and you are angry. If you're not angry, what happening? It leads to the depressions. So therefore, a good sadhaka need to observe what kind of desire has to be fulfilled and how much can expect and what should not expect. Sometimes we have desires, we have expectations, but what happened? Not possible to fulfill. Naturally, we are frustrated, confused. Then what happens? Then that leads to the anger, krodha. So therefore, if you are performing Tripura Vairavi sadhana, is going to help you how to channel this krodha, anger, how to understand your desires. It's a kama. We have many kind of kamana, many kind of desires, many kind of desires. Name, fame, money, job, house, children, so many things. Even as a spiritual sadhaka, practitioner, when you meditate, sometimes we expect what kind of lights will come, what kind of God I have to talk. We have so many expectations in also meditations. Not only that, so many material desires also comes through our spiritual practice. So therefore, the center of the or concentrated state of energy nevertheless produce the experience of dissipation or deflection in the tattvas and the different state of consciousness. This state of dissipation is not to be understood as the unstable state of mind. When your mind is not stable, it is not possible to experience the Kundalini Shakti. So what happening? So they say here is indicates a lack of balance in the tattvas that determines the qualities of tattvas, consciousness or concentration. The center and concentrate state of energy is essential for creation to manifest. So also another terminology is how to balance of your tattvas, the 5 elements, for example, earth element, water element, fire element, air element, and ether element. The 5 elements need to be balanced. If you don't balance 5 elements, also not possible to write concentration in mind. Of course, you have been studying Tattva Shuddhi, how to purification of tattvas, all tattvas, 5 pranas, 5 sense of actions, 5 sense of knowledge. So how many now? So fire, the tattvas, there are called 29 or 19 tattvas also. 5 sense of actions, 5 sense of knowledge, 5 sense of pranas, then 5 the earth element, water element, fire element, air element, ether element, 5 element, which and these elements are very important. The pancha tattva are very important for the body, physical body to survive. Otherwise, without 5 element, there is no bodies. There is no physical body at all. Then 5 pranas there. Without a balance of pranas, 5 pranas you know. Prana is residing heart chakra. Apana residing is the below navel areas. Prana, apana, samana is residing in the belly, digestions. Apana. And is also, for example, going to urinate, going to toilet, and also, for example, sexual union. That happens with the apana bayu as well. Creation, the children, for example, apana bayu. So then 3 things. Apana. Samana is the helping how to digest some food. Prana is heading heart chakra, function your lungs. Prana, apana. Prana, apana, samana, udana. The udana is the throat chakra, is to express. Then Vyana, above the head. So therefore, then another, of course, 5, another sopranas. So then 5 sense of actions, 5 sense of knowledge. Then another called mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, mind, intellect. Chitta, the consciousness, ahankar, the ego. So these are the 19 states. Need to be balanced. Then only you can experience Kundalini Shakti, otherwise not possible. So that is called balance of the tattvas. So here is indicates a lack of balance in the tattvas that determines the qualities of the tattvas, consciousness or concentration. The center and the concentrated state of energy is essential for creation to manifest. To manifest. When one's consciousness is centered in one pointed, one begins to lose awareness of the environment and activities taking place in the surroundings. In a state of one-pointedness, only one-pointedness itself is experienced to the exclusion of all other state. And this absence of experience of other state is the basis, original form of avidya or ignorance. Avidya is normally defined as a vidyaha abhavaha, the total absence of knowledge. However, this avidya is of a divine nature and therefore should not be understood as an absence of knowledge. As by definition, there cannot be an absence of knowledge in God, the omniscient being. Instead, this divine avidya is referring to that quality of unconsciousness expressed by the primal transcendental energy due to the tapasya or practice of austerity. In the state of one-pointedness, God is energy so focused on one aspect that everything else is disregarded. So you have to understand what is called avidya and vidya. You see, avidya is the absence of vidya. Avidya means ignorance, is lack of wisdom. But you see, the samsara, the society you live is called avidya, is have no knowledge. It means, but of course, this samsara, if it's avidya, but we survive too, is apparent truth. So this vidya means here, which vidya, which wisdom, is helping for final liberation, and avidya means which knowledge is leads to sufferings. So that is called avidya. Any knowledge not helping you happy, not helping you how to find higher truth or higher love, and which knowledge leads to suffering, brings confusion in your life and depress, this is no knowledge. This is called avidya. Am I clear? This is called samsara. But if you see, if you watch outside, it also has the knowledge, because therefore you survive. Am I clear? So here we speak about the wisdom, the vidya, which vidya can help you for final liberations. Thus, two forms of tapasa as defined. The first is called chaitanya and ekagrata, pertaining to consciousness and concentration. And the second is called achaitanya, unconsciousness, resulting in avidya. So they say that here two state of the two benefits by the Tripura sadhana. One can develop the consciousness, Chaitanya, and concentration of mind. Another is a person also have called unconscious, resulting in avidya. It may be said that while the avidya or unconscious expressed by the God is the consequence of his concentration or one pointedness, in the individual its effect is reflect quite differently. It's very interesting that they say that two aspects of Shakti, Tripura Bhairavi. One aspect is the Vidya, other aspect is also Vidya, but both are the form of a goddess. So we say Shakti is called Maya, but Maya also is a Vidya. But we see that everything, either Vidya or Avidya, both are created by the Supreme. But if you check it, there is neither Avidya or Vidya. If you watch as observer, if you watch, observe, like you check everything in your life, whatever you have been experienced in the past until now, check it everything. Just sit down and witness of everything. It was a time something you was very sad and suffering. It was something happening in your life, you are very happy. But today, in current moment, all are absence. The sadness is gone. The happiness also gone the past. Nothing. No meaning. No meanings at all today. You something experienced new today. Am I clear? It was a time something is avidya, is also suffering. It was a time called vidya, and also you are happy. Both are absence of today and now. If you check it consciously as a scholar, and if you see that events, and if you check it properly, nothing done by you. Everything happens if witnessed properly. If it was happened by you, you could change it. Actually, it was not possible to change by you. Something happened in life, some events happens, you think you done. But today if you watch, no, it's not done by you. It has happened. Either you done something bad things or good things. Check that event as a witness. So therefore, when you practice Yoga Nidra, you simply witness whatever happening in the past. Either you are suffering or you are happy. But that happiness, suffering today not exist anymore with you. It's something new. Event starts, new program starts. Am I clear that? So this is between avidya and the vidya. So fear, depression, and afflictions are generated within due to avidya. That you have been studying in Yoga Sutras. Which avidya, asmita ragadis avinivasa klesaha. Klesa means sufferings. Avidya, asmita raga dvesa avinivasa klesaha. In second chapter, sadhana pada. Avidya means ignorance. Asmita, ego. Avidya, asmita, raga, attachment. Dvesa, repulsion, reactions. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesa, avinivesa. Everything belongs to me. Mine. You check today, when you are a kid, even you play with small toys and you fight with your own friends, this is mine. You don't give it to your friends when you are a kid, small. But that toy is not belongs to anymore. But it was the time toy was belongs to you. It's mine. Is somebody take from you, snatching from you, or taking away from you, are crying that time. You was crying. But today no more. Because that not belongs to you. But it was time. It was the time you feel that is belongs to you. Am I clear that? Similarly, many things happen in our life. It's nothing belongs to you. As per your conscious developed. So when doing Tripura Sundari sadhana, so naturally, you can getting out of your all the past karmas, past sufferings, either related to any objectives, either related to any house, job, persons, relatives, beloveds, you will experience today that was not belongs to you. But it was the time you experience that toy belongs to you. But today no more. Am I clear that? Similarly, when your consciousness is developed, when awakening Kundalini takes place, you will experience yourself. What you are experiencing today, you will experience different. And you will free from sufferings naturally. I give one simple examples. When you play with a toy, when you are a kid. But today you are not fight for that toy and you are not crying anymore. Am I clear that? Similarly, so whatever you are suffering is like you play with your own toy. So let do Parma sadhana of Tirupura Sundari and develop the consciousness and free from your own toy. I'm just giving an example toy. That means